you often see in writing, everybody has heard this, writing, filmmaking, show, don't tell. There are monks who have been in isolation for 30 years over in Tibet who have not left their monastery in 30 years, who have not spoken a word in 25 years, who have heard about show, don't tell. Everybody knows about show, don't tell. So, why is it that it still happens though, where you have informed characteristics, you don't show them, like, oh, he's really brave, or he's a coward, or whatever, why is it that we still see that in like writing and filmmaking, because it's just so common, like everybody knows about this. But if you think about it, it also happens in real life. People will tell you in real life something about themselves, and then the people that have been told this will proceed to not believe it until they see it for themselves. Even in real life, think about your life. Like for me, like I am the most stubborn person you will ever meet in your entire life. I'm more stubborn than anybody you'll ever meet. I remember I think I was around 11. My older brother, he would have been 14, wanted me to start smoking. And I can't remember exactly why, but I think it had something to do with, he would then, once I was hooked on cigarettes, he would then use me to, like, steal them. Like, he was always trying to get me to shoplift, right? And so I think it was about the shoplift. He wanted to get me hooked on them, so then I would have the need, and I would shoplift them, and then he would get the benefit of them, right? He'd get half, or maybe he would let me keep a third. I don't know. But anyway, so he kept trying to get me to smoke, and I didn't want to smoke. I just refused to smoke. And so then he started punch. He would ask me to smoke. I would say no. Then he'd punch me really hard in the stomach, like really hard. Where the bruises wouldn't show. Mom, whatever stepdad had me around at the time, they wouldn't notice, right? And I wasn't going to tell them. And so then it became a routine. He would ask me 2 or 3 times every single day, "Am I going to smoke some of this cigarette?" I would say no. He would hit me really hard. Sometimes I'd try fighting back. It wouldn't work. Then he'd really kick my ass. Most of the time, I'd just take the punch and then just go about my day. Every single day for 8 months, he punched me 2 or 3 times a day in the stomach because I refused to smoke. And finally, he just gave up. He's like, "Oh, fine," He would call me. He called me a bunch of names. He said, "Fine." He says, "Look, I've decided I don't want you to smoke." Of course, he couldn't let me win, right? So he's like, "I've decided I don't want you to smoke. You're too much of a punk to smoke. Like, you don't deserve to smoke." And so the ritual stopped. 8 months. And it's simply just because I'm stubborn. Like, I just refused. Nobody's going to push me or make me do anything, right? Within reason. Obviously, like, I wear clothes when I go outside. The government says you have to wear clothes when you go outside, and I do. So I don't have like a, what they call it, obstructional personality disorder, where like you just refuse to do anything anybody tells you. What I'm saying though is that I'm more stubborn than almost anybody you will ever meet in your life, if not the most stubborn person you'll ever meet in your life. But I'm telling you this. You don't believe it. I've told you this, but you don't believe it, right? You would have to see it. You would have to be there every day and see this happen for 8 straight months, and then you would believe it. Me telling you doesn't move the needle. It doesn't make you believe it. So that's the difference between an informed characteristic and somebody telling somebody something and you witnessing something over the course of a long period of time. Witnessing that I'm stubborn, then you'll believe I'm stubborn. But until then, I'm just doing this. I'm just bumping my gums. I'm just talking. I could be saying anything. I could say I'm James Bond. I could say, I'm a great rock climber. I've never climbed a rock in my life, but I could say that. How would you know any different, right? But even if you did know me, like say we work together every day and you've known me for years and we work in the same office, you still wouldn't believe me if I told you I was stubborn. You'd have to see me being stubborn for you to believe it. So it happens in real life. Think of if you can think of an example in your own life where you tell somebody something about yourself. Nothing basic like, I don't like liars. Well, gee, who does? Who is throwing a parade for liars? Of course you don't like liars. Something that is more out of the ordinary. It has to be a specific category because, for instance, if you tell somebody you don't like coffee, they're going to believe you. But if you tell them, for instance, say you tell them it takes a lot to piss you off, they probably won't believe it. But then what sometimes will happen is then they'll start trying to piss you off. They'll start trolling you and trying to piss you off. And then they'll finally realize, wait a minute, I haven't been able to piss them off. I haven't been able to, my trolling hasn't worked. Okay, maybe they're right. Maybe it's hard to piss them off. So, I think a lot of times if we can harness our real lives and what we've observed with our own eyes, then we can apply it to writing. Because a lot of what I talk about here is like if you think about getting into writing, getting into filmmaking, that's where a lot of I lean towards. Because if you think about it, the whole thing, you should show, not tell, is also you're being told that. And we have to see it work or not work in our own personal lives, and then we'll believe it, and then we'll apply it. That's why, other than the fact of just laziness or time crunches or TV schedules, I don't know what I've talked about this before. I don't know what the Japanese TV's writing schedule is. How quickly did they have to turn around the script? How much lead time do they have? They probably have more time than like we do in live action, simply because animation takes longer. But I don't particularly know. The point of all this is that this show has done a really good job of showing, not telling. Now they have a lot of exposition in the show, but if you examine the kind of exposition we're actually seeing happen in the show, the exposition is here is how our magic system works. They have like what they call a hard magic system, like everything is like defined and explained in great detail. So their exposition is here's how the magic works. Their exposition isn't, Naradu is an egomaniac, or Naradu just has self-esteem issues. He's not an egomaniac. That what they do is they show his behavior, and we can draw our own conclusions. I think one thing, you guys in the comments think something else. It's because they leave it ambiguous. They leave it up to us to decide, rather than flat out stating what his situation is and stating what everybody else's situation is. So that's what I find interesting. And this is, you can count this as the comment corner for this week, because a lot of people have been talking about, because I keep calling like Naradu an egomaniac. And a lot of people in the comments have been saying, well, it's way more complicated than that. And I believe that. I do think it's way more nuanced and complicated than that. And that it's really like self-esteem issues, and he never had any parents. That's something to think about. He didn't have any actual parents. So you don't get that nurturing, you don't get that esteem building ness that we get if we live in a household with parents and stuff. Then that's half the parents' job is basically making sure your kid, has the correct amount of ego, not too much and not too little. That's what I think is one of the parents' major jobs. So like he has all this going on, right? And so I just appreciate the fact that this show will demonstrate it to us in a visual way and through actions, rather than some character sitting there with their hands on their hips proclaiming this is what this character is. They're showing, not telling. And there are shows even today. There are series even today who have a problem with that. The pilot episodes are always so bad. How you doing, brother? Like, now, granted, I haven't talked to my brothers in a quarter of a century, but like if I ran into them today, it wouldn't be how are you doing, brother? Be like, well, it'd probably be something way more extreme than that. But you don't go around calling each other by your relationships, unless it's a parent. Hey, dad. Hey, mom. Brother and sister, we don't say it. Now in Japan they do, so maybe bad example. But the other part that's so clumsy about pilot episodes of most TV series in the modern day, look at the Vampire Diaries TV pilot. God, it's bad. The Buffy pilot, it's been a long time since I've watched that. It's probably just as bad. But it'd be like, yeah, I'm a stuck-up, officious asshole, What was it, the Riverdale pilot? One of the Riverdale episodes where he's like, do you think I like wearing this hat? I'm weird. He literally tells her, I'm weird. People don't like me. No human being talks like that. We don't proclaim things about ourselves to each other for the most part. I mean, I just said I was stubborn, but most of the time we don't. So, guess what I'm saying is the writing is more sophisticated here 20 years ago than it is now 20 years later. And maybe that's because of manga writing. I don't know how much of this is taken one for one from the manga. I think I asked this before, and I don't think I really got an answer. How accurate is this show to the manga? Percentage-wise. Is it 80% accurate? 90% accurate? Leave out the filler crap, because obviously that's going to, we're talking about just the canon episodes or whatever, like the manga-friendly episodes. How accurate is it? Now, we know one way it's not accurate, like, with Sakura. Like, they're butchering her character, apparently, so we know that's not accurate. But as far as the way they show, don't tell, is that accurate to the manga? I'm just curious. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. You know where we are? You know where we're going. Three, two, one. Loving this forest arc, by the way. We're only on day one. Interesting. In other words, eat my ass. Yeah, people are just tools. Use them and throw them away. Emotions just getting away. Getting weird. I see. Right, I get what you're saying. Really? Yeah. Yeah. That's the stick. Yeah, not good. Yeah, the carrot and the stick. That was definitely the stick. It's a living. Yeah, let's split up. That seems wise. Well, if somebody steals your knife, you better have good shoes for this. Yeah. They can do the close up of his eyes, huh? The only thing I mean by that is you get the moss on the branches, that can be really slippery. And you don't want to slip and bust your ass at 200 feet. That's right. Show us every single detail. I don't know what we would have done if we hadn't seen that she was wringing out these towels. Yeah, that's not good. She needs help. Seems. Oh, yeah, that's right. They're both messed up. Can't really stay in guard if you're exhausted. She's sleeping sitting up. That's pretty hard to do. Kick his ass. You slept great. Good stuff. Now I'm gonna go to sleep. Oh crap. I kind of hate this dude. Oh Jesus Christ! Wow. I love that transformation. Now is she hallucinating because she ain't been sleeping? She's dreaming. This is a dream, I bet. That's why they were acting so weird. I slept great. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The fact that like she couldn't speak was my biggest clue. Yeah, crap. Here it comes again. At least in real life, she pulls out a weapon, unlike when she was dreaming. Really, dumbass. Yeah, maybe we don't trust you. Yeah, maybe he's a shapeshifter. Just don't trust anybody. They mentioned paper bombs in The World Isn't Going to Tear Me Down, which is an Italian animated series. I still don't know what the hell a paper bomb is. And see, that's not a fantasy series, so they're acting like it was something in real life. Yeah, that'd be a pretty impressive feat. Dude, first of all, stupid character motivation. Second of all, you're insane. Third of all, she thinks you're too bushy. Fourth of all, she don't like flames in eyes. Nothing about this is rational. You have failed. That's right. You set a squirrel on fire, dick. Why you do that? Bite his face. Oh, gotcha. Right. So in the fantasy world, like a paper bomb is that. Okay, that's not what they were talking about in the real world in Italy. Gotcha. Yeah, right. Stop talking. You haven't been discovered till he's looking right at you. He's standing 20 feet away. Like, that's a dumbass who eats all the time. Where's your food at, dumbass? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Idiots. If he falls for her, he's a bigger idiot than they are. Really. You have the sex appeal of a lemon. Put your hair back. Get lost. Moron. Because you're what, 12? Like, come on. Idiots. Oh, snap. Don't make him get mad. Yeah. God damn, he's talking shit. Yeah, they were out of here. Damn, what a hater, man. He deserves to be on Twitter being with hating a haterade like that, man. You people need to watch out. Just walk to the fence and quit. uh, then again, there may be smaller fish. Maybe you're right. She's hilarious. She doesn't make much of a foil for this chick, but she is hilarious. Oh, really? Look, man. F you. What do you think? Give up the scroll. Wait, no, you don't have a scroll, do you? You're out. There's plenty of enemies out here. Damn, dude. Well, I guess it's up to her to carry the weight now, right? Or she'll be saved by circumstance. Damn, you walk weird. Oh, crap. He's roasting her. She double trapped that ass. Oh well, it's worth a shot. Come on, man, that was okay. I thought that was pretty good. You're a hater, man. Everybody be drinking haterade this episode. So she's just gonna get her ass saved. You know, the showrunners have no respect for her. Wait, he's got the squirrel on his shoulder too. How'd you make a friend this fast? Maybe I'll remember his name now instead of calling him Elmo. I like the trap thing. They can hate all they want to. Now, her having to be saved, that's another story. I will always appear when you're in trouble. He really is in love, isn't he? That's a boss move. Here, watch my squirrel. I can't believe he came in with the squirrel on his shoulder. Dude, look at the squirrel back there. Hey, I'm playing the long game, baby. This ain't just about the trial, man. Yeah. Yeah. See, there's a string attached to him saving you. He wants to hit that. That's not out of the kindness of his heart. Really. No chill. These people about to kill you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, probably not, I guess. Bushy brow, huh? Other people are noticing. I like those knives, by the way. They just have a cool look to them. I don't know if they're based on a real knife or not. What do they call them, the Kuni knife or something? They have the little ring in the end. I like them. Yeah, no shit. See, the reason to have Naradu and Sasuke laid out would be to show what she can do. But they're not showing what she can do. They're showing what Bushy Brow can do, right? Rock Lee or whatever his name is. So even though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're sidelining two of your three protagonists just so the third protagonist can get their ass saved. Yeah, really. It's really about the mind, though. It's about the who's smarter than who can outsmart who, etc. Right? Yeah, yeah. She's easily so he does have more food, of course. Dumbass. Yeah, maybe you should go do something about that since you care so much. At least he was looking out while he was eating. Those right there. That's a cool knife design. I like that. He's out there screwing around. Oh well, let's leave him. No, wait. If he loses, we lose. You just gonna leave the knife? I guess you want to circle back later in case he's late. This kid's starting to grow on me. I hate his character design. His look is awful, but the personality's starting to grow on me. He's got something for them. Why don't you stop your touchdown dance and get to the next procedure? Yeah, kick his ass. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't believe in child abuse, but sometimes you got to educate. Hip words. Kick his ass again. Oh shit. Oh, I see. Use it only when they're about to die anyway. Is he gonna lay down his life for them? That would shock me. Well, at least they're not saying we use 10% of our brains, because that would be really dumb. This 20% of our muscles, I don't know. That feels like a bad thing. I'm digging this music. Interesting. That's right, flex it up. I'm definitely going to be looking that up. I'm curious. What percentage of our muscles do we use? It feels like another one of those 10% of our brain things, which is complete and utter crap, by the way. He thinks he knows what's going on, don't he? Yep, if I'm taking my bandages off, this is serious. Pretty much. Don't even tear that ass up. Yeah, he's got something for you. I think I like this kid. Oh shit, he's using the mummy man technique. Yeah, he's about to do an Undertaker fall on this mother. Yeah, he was about to kill that dude if you hadn't done your little whatever you did. Yes, he was about to kill him. Nice mound of dirt. Yeah, yeah, no shit. You rocked this world. Yeah, man, he just gave you everything, and that's not good. I like that effect. It's a pretty simple effect, I assume, in animation, but I like it. Really. Why not just break the speed of light while you're at it? At least they take him seriously now. I was wondering if they're about the cliffhangers. I gotta say, it's really annoying what they're doing with Sakura. Very annoying. I've already explained why. But having said that, this Lee guy, I like him a lot, man. And I really like him. Just one episode, they've turned around my opinion on because, like I said, I hate the character design. But personality wins out. You know, it's just like in real life. Personality means more than looks. Yeah, somebody can be as awesome looking as you want it, but would you want to be in a long term relationship with them if their personality clashes with you on every level? You know, probably not. So personality wins out. But imagine like hitting somebody with everything you've got and it didn't work. And the only reason it didn't work is his buddy jumped in. So it really is 3-on-1. It's not really just 1-on-1, even though one of them is the only one that's fighting. His buddy jumped in, saved his ass at the last minute. Otherwise, he'd probably be dead. If not dead, he'd be out of commission for a long time. So, Sakura, that means you're allowed to jump in too. Instead of just sitting there, as always, just like last time on the bridge, man. And people were explaining, like, she couldn't really jump in because her job was to protect the old man. And I understand that. That makes sense. But you can have an explanation every time, but sooner or later, the accumulation of events just gives an impression you can't break, right? So I'm just saying that that's, hopefully, that, and I don't want spoilers, obviously, and I'm going to keep watching regardless, but like, hopefully this gets better with her, because right now it's an annoyance. You don't never want a character to be the load. I brought this up. I can't remember what anime it was. There was some anime, and I think they were a traveling group, and somebody was a load. It might have been Usopp. For a while, Usopp was a load. He would start shit, but he would never help out. He'd talk tough, talk big, and that I had a major problem with that for quite a few episodes, a couple dozen episodes where like he was talking trash, he was starting fights, but he wasn't contributing, and so he was the load. And the load, you never want your party to have a load. It's then what happens next is they become the scrappy. These are all TV tropes terms, by the way. They become the scrappy. So it's hard to be another TV trope term rescued from the scrappy heap. So let's not get there. Like she's not in scrappy territory yet, but she's starting to become the load. It's a progression. Hopefully that changes.